So, what's up, guys? It's the 27th episode of C Money Weekly Motivation. I'm just here at the home office today, getting some work done, and been sitting here, and I've been speaking to a lot of people in the last few weeks, and I've said this before, and you're probably going to hear me say it again in the future as well. Time. What is time? Time is, people think they have a lot of time left. What is one thing that you would consider most valuable in the world? It's your time. You can never ever get it back. So speaking to a lot of people, and the common reaction you get from them if you offer them an opportunity to get into business with you, or if you know that these are the people that actually need to get into business or try and develop a business or get a plan B in place, the number one thing that they say is that they don't have time. Now, I want you to think about this. Imagine time to be, who's the most cruelest person the most harsh, down to earth, rudest person who does not care, two flying hoots, exactly what you think. They can care less. Time is a ruthless thing. So that is what time is, guys. It's like that cold, ruthless person. Once it's gone, it's never going to come back, and it cares less. It is worse than an angry girlfriend, or worse than an angry friend. Your friend or your girlfriend or your parents or whoever may be, your sibling may forgive you. Time does not care. So, start respecting your time. The only way that you're ever going to get ahead in life is if you start respecting your time and, investing it in the proper places, and time will then say, you know what, I care about this person's dreams, and I'm going to actually, be more lenient towards them, and even then you got to grace it. You got to really get it on track, and keep it moving. You can't be respecting time for 3 or 4 days. It's a constant thing. You got to keep respecting time. So that's thing number one. That's the first thing I want to talk to you today about is time. So getting into business, yes, great. If you meet with somebody and they say they want to be successful in life, and you tell them they've got an opportunity and they say they don't have time, tell them pretty much you got to forget about it, man. You got to make time. What's an hour or 2 hours in the evening or in a day that you can actually invest? It's not a, I don't have time is like they say it's like the grown up equivalent of the dog ate my homework. So, you can either be successful and, have everything you want in life, or you can have the excuse of saying, I don't have time. You can't have them both. Remember, you can either have time or you can have money. You cannot have them both. You got to invest your time, right? The second thing I want to talk to you about is money. Recently, being an entrepreneurial channel and speaking to people about business and startups, a lot of messages come through, and guys are often telling me, you only care about money. Is it just money that you care about? Well, if you make a list of your last 100 decisions, and if you were to ask yourself how many of those decisions were actually influenced by money, I guarantee you'd find 90% or 90+% of those decisions were actually influenced by money. Right? So yes, money is not everything, but if you have to put it up onto a list, I'd say there's air and there's money. It falls right below, right? If you don't have money, you can have a hard life, and most cases, if you don't have money, you're probably gonna end up on the streets. And that's not a life that you want to live. So money is extremely important, guys. Don't hang around people who convince you that money is not important or money doesn't matter, right? So always remember this. If someone tells you money is not important and doesn't matter, ask them this question. I've done this personally. Ask them this question: if money is not important, would you get up on a Monday morning and go to your job if there was no monetary value for you? If the person says yes, great, they're working for passion. If the person says no, ask them, well, is money really important then? Because if it wasn't important, you wouldn't go to work on a Monday morning. So, it's very important. So money is important, guys. Remember, two things you want to value today. Just a quick message today. Number one is time. If you don't make time for the things you want to do in your life, if you don't make time to start that business, if you don't make time to spend time with your family, investing, learning and reading and attending conferences and classes, these things take time. But yes, when you invest in this time, it brings value to you. And when you become a more valuable person, you can bring value to the marketplace, and that can really change your life. So that's the first thing. Number one, start respecting your time. Number two is, money. Don't hang around people who are going to convince you that money is not important. Remember the question. If someone tells you money is not important and you're always chasing money, yes, you may have big dreams, or you may want your company to be number one, or you want your company to be on the top. You want to be the best in your field, and there's certain successes that come with that. And I know there's more than one way to do well, but in this little compensation box, money is important. You've got to have it. Don't hang around people who are going to tell you that money is not important. Remember the question to ask them: if money isn't important, would you get up on Monday morning and go to your job and work for free? And 90% of the people, or 100% of them, are going to say no, they would not work for free. So, remember, guys, time, money. You want to get into business, as usual, I'm here to speak to you, here to bring you some tips on how to get started, help you get past challenges that you may be having as well. So, as usual, keep the comments coming in, keep the suggestions coming in. I love the comments that have been coming in on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so. C Money Weekly Motivation, and hit the like button, hit the little bell there for notifications. Feel free to share this content to anybody that you may know who's starting up in business, who needs some direction in business. Comment, like, and I appreciate each and every person of you that's been subscribing and watching the content. I promise you guys lots of more valuable content coming up in the near future. Keep well and cheers, and let's go out and make things happen in business.